welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a sewing vlog of the Simplicity S9014. I will share with you my experience of how easy it is to construct this garment. I used a knit fabric that is similar to fleece. The right side of the fabric has blue stripes while the underside is soft like fleece. I have a comparison video on the channel that was uploaded on Monday. That video also featured reviews of not just the Simplicity S9014, but the Burda 6476 and the new looks N6683. So I'll put an iCard here so you can go over and watch that video. Since there are only 3 pattern pieces, there are very few instructions for this particular pattern, but they are very helpful. There are 4 views for this particular pattern, which consists of a knee-length tunic and 3 tops. One of the tops, you have the option of not putting that lower sleeve on, and so it's basically sleeveless. The very first thing that I did is I cut out all my pattern pieces and I pressed them. Then after I pressed the pattern pieces, I actually traced the pattern pieces. For this project, I selected a size small, which is supposed to be 44 inches for the bust. The information for sizes for finished measurements are listed on the tissue paper. I made 2 alterations to this particular pattern, which included lengthening the tunic by 2 inches and lengthening the sleeves. Now this is something that I actually talked about in my video that I posted on Monday for the review of the Simplicity S9014. So again, just make sure that you go over and check that video out if you haven't had a chance to do so already. The tunic or the front and back pattern piece is cut on fold twice. With right sides together, I matched the front and the back at the shoulder seams, and I pinned along the neckline of the garment. So here is a second garment that I used to make this particular pattern. This was actually the mock-up, and I want to actually show you this next process with this particular fabric because it's white and you can actually see the markings, versus for the blue garment you can't really see the markings. So what I'm doing here is I am measuring 3/8 of an inch from the raw edge of the neckband, and after I measure that 3/8 of an inch, I go ahead and I turn that 3/8 of an inch to the wrong side of the fabric, and I press that down, and then I stitch that in place. And the reason why I am doing that is so I can encase that raw edge on the inner part of the garment. Now, the instructions does not tell you to do this. I just wanted to have a clean finish on the inside of the garment, and so that's why I am doing this step here. You will notice that there is a fold line about halfway down from the neck edge of the garment. This is where you would fold the band of the neckline inside the garment. So basically you're going to fold your garment and you're going to fold it on the inside of the fabric so that the right side of the fabric is facing the inside of the garment, and you're going to fold it on that line so that you can form a cowl neckband. After that, I just hand stitched the right and the left side of the garment in place so that it won't move or shift as I'm wearing it. And basically I attach the neckband on the left and the right to the shoulder line. So here you can see on my blue version here, it's all nice and clean and finished, and you can see that stitching line that I made there and how I flipped the band on the inside so that I can get a nice little cowl neckline here. So after I completed all the work on the neckband, I moved on to attach the sleeves. Now the sleeves are going to be applied to the garment using the flat sleeve method. There are notches that are on the side of the garment where the front and the back sleeve is supposed to be placed, and you just go ahead and you find those notches, and also your centers the seam for the shoulder line, and you're going to be using all of those little notches and also the seams as reference points so that you can actually attach your sleeve to the garment. Here you'll see on my blue fabric, you'll see white chalk markings, and that's basically what I did. I also took the liberty of serging the inside of my garment as well. I just like really nice clean finishes. The fabric that I'm working with does not require for me to use a finishing, a serger or anything like that, but I decided to use it anyway just to have that clean finish. So here I'm just going to attach the sleeve to the dress, and again this is all going to be laid out flat. You don't have to do any insetting here. All you have to do is match up those notches, and you would stitch a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance there after attaching the sleeve there to the garment with pins. After the sleeve is attached and pressed, we are going to go ahead and stitch the side of the sleeve going down the armhole and also down the dress, and we're just going to go ahead and stitch that together at a 5/8 inch seam allowance going down the entire length of the arm, the underarm, and also the body of the dress. There is a point underneath the underarm where you're going to go ahead and pivot and you're going to turn, and this will make it so that your underarm will have just a straight stitching line through the underarm and through the sleeve. So you just want to make sure that you have that little dot there that they have so that you can have that underarm seam be nice and straight. So this pattern does come with a hemband, and in my video, I believe I misspoke. I believe I said it didn't come with a hemband, but it does come with a hemband. This hemband is quite wide, but once you fold it in half, I believe it's about 2.5 inches wide. All you have to do is basically put two pieces together. You cut two pieces on fold, and you open those out, and then you pin them together at the sides. You stitch 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, and then you flip it out with wrong sides together. You're going to go ahead and pin it together after matching the seams, and then you're going to go ahead and attach that band to the bottom of your tunic. Now I didn't have enough fabric to actually cut my lower band piece out on the grain, so I cut it out on the lengthwise grain of the fabric. And so it actually is pretty cool because the fabric actually goes in the lines, the stripes go in a different direction than my dress, and so it looks like it actually is a style choice and a style detail, rather than I just ran out of fabric and I'm just doing this because I ran out of fabric. So it actually looks really good, and I like the way in which it came out. So I just pinned this together. First, I matched the side seams of the hemband to the side seams of the dress on both sides, and then I just went ahead and I pinned in between those points so that I could secure it in place. I did not baste it together, but if you are a beginner, I would say, especially if you're working with knits, just you might need some extra security, so you might want to baste this together before you actually sew it in place. But I didn't do that. So yeah, I just pinned it together, and then I stitched it together in the machine at a 5/8 inch seam allowance. I trimmed back that seam allowance about, I want to say 3/8 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch. And then I just serged it all together to complete, you know, a nice finish for the entire inside of the dress, because the entire inside of the dress was finished with the serger. And here is the final look, and this is what the band looks like. And as I said, the dress has it has vertical lines where the band have a horizontal lines, and everything on the inside, like I said, was nice and finished and pressed down. And I really love the way in which this garment turned out. I'm so excited to wear this and get much wear out of it throughout the late fall and winter months. It's very comfortable. Like I said, on the inside of the garment, it has this very like a fleece feel to it. And so I'm really excited with how it turned out. It's a beautiful garment. Please go and check out my review of this. Again, the link to that will be in the description box below, as well as in the iCard in this video. So right here, I'm just showing you what I did to the sleeves, and basically I only did a 5/8 of an inch hem to the sleeve. I just serged the bottom of the sleeve, and then I flipped it under and stitched it down in place. Nothing real exciting there. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope that you had fun with this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. And until next time, everyone, stay creative. Bye.